Hello there, this is Samantha Jayne. If you are there while I do this live, then jump on the live and say hello. Remember to allow StreamYard to give them permission to share your name with me as you jump on. So I'm going to give you a few minutes before I start, just a few moments to come and jump on the live. Whether you are watching in the Facebook tribe, my Positive Vibe tribe, on my page, or YouTube, or maybe you are watching a replay. And if that is you, then hit the hashtag replay and let me know where in the world you are. But as I say, when you get here, come and say hello and make sure you give them permission to show me your name so I can acknowledge you. How are you getting on? Hi, Cheryl. Lovely to see you tuning in. How has it been this weekend? Drop me a comment and let me know. Hi, Emma. Lovely to see you jumping on. Way loads of people. But as I say, a lot of people just coming up as Facebook user. So please be sure to give permission. Lou is here. Lorraine is here. Becky is here. Fee and Paul are here. Amazing. So who is aware of the energy that we are in? If you are already feeling it, write the comment Mercury and let me know. If this is you, I don't know who you are, but hello, sunshine as well. You need to give StreamYard permission to show me your name. Oh, you're all starting to feel it already. I have done on technology today, so I'm holding my breath thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a bit of a journey. Right then, so as we say, we went through equinox energy. Hi, Yvonne. We went through that energy that was pulling balance into our lives massively. And that is going to continue because that is basically still the theme with this Mercury retrograde because it's in Libra. So it really is, hi Heath, hi Lorraine, it really is about forming an internal balance, balancing your energy, balancing your emotions, balancing your life, all of these things. So just be aware of that. So for the next few weeks, you really may need to do some adjustments, and not just in your relationships with other people, but also with the relationship that you are having with yourself, hi Lowry, and with your higher self as well. Does that make sense? I hope so. So it is this big energy coming in that is encouraging us all to find some peace and find some peace in our hearts. So you may be doing quite a bit of stripping out and a bit of clearing out if that is what it is going to take to get there. So when we're looking at why, it's because there is this need for you to shift stuff, to be truthful, to be authentic, to lose your own inner demons, as we say, so that you can help others, even if it's just with conversation over a cup of tea. That is helping others. So there will be lots of opportunities for you to do just that. This is about self-love, inner peace, self-love. And, so don't be fooled into thinking that when I say it's all about peace and balance, that you should be jumping into that slipstream of putting everyone else's happiness first, because that's not inner peace and that is not inner balance. So that if that is you, if you are a people pleaser, if you put everyone else first and you're operating from that people pleasing perspective, then you could be on for quite a bumpy ride with this Mercury retrograde. We have to find our own inner peace in order to help others do it. So just be aware of that. You may need to start to put yourself first. Shock, horror. All right. So this is not a time to sell your soul and compromise or change who you are to keep the peace, to please others, because if people don't get you, other people don't get you, let them go. As long as you are at peace within yourself, with the things that you're doing, who you are, what you're saying, how you're being in this life, then that's good enough, because that is true inner peace. So if you have been doing the inner work, if you have been going through that clearing and shifting of energy and lots of residual energies as well in your world from all the events you've walked through, then this should be quite a good one. It is supposed to be a good one. It's a massive one where you can have success. I'll be talking about that in my Aligned for Success session later in the week. But it is really, on one hand, a good one, but only if you have been doing the inner work and making that space in order for that abundance to come in. Does that make sense? Drop me a message, drop me a comment and let me know. So it is about letting people go sometimes, you know, and that can just be mentally and emotionally, or it can be literally as well. So be aware of that. But it's all the stuff that just isn't part of your happiness picture anymore. Some people, that may even be jobs or, you know, work colleagues, things like that. But it is about staying true to you and your vision of happiness, your version of happiness, and the things that you want. Obviously, as always, we're going to have the usual issues with transport and travel delays. Anyone got any fuel issues at the moment? Yeah, like we didn't see that coming. Technology breakdowns, contract issues, exes stepping forwards with regret. Some of them may belong because there's been shift and growth, but not all. Be aware of that. You may need to hit that block button over the next few weeks. But, you know, we are going to be in this experience until about the 18th of October. So be aware of it. It then starts to sort of simmer down, as I call it, until the beginning of November. But if we have done the work, if we have gone through this season and taken care of ourselves, then luck comes in with the events that come in after that. All right, because we'll be in a world where we love ourselves and the people who are in it. Does that make sense? If it does, drop the word love in the comments. Let me know if you are opting in for love. So obviously on Friday, we're going to enter the energy of October as well. And again, it's all about relationships. It's about financial affairs. All sorts of stuff like that is going on in October. It really is about new ways of creating health, wealth, and happiness in the month of October. So I am really going to encourage you. You've just got this little bit of time left to really start to do that inner work if you haven't done already. If you haven't been doing that inner work, then the odds are high that you are in fear of doing that work. And we cannot be living in fear if we want to go into the 4D and the 5D in particular experience of this life. So if you're struggling in 3D, you need to dig deeper. You've got some soul work to do, some acknowledgement of your deepest feelings, deepest desires and wants. But straight away on the 1st of October, we are going to need to be looking at our finances and our relationships. We could have a little bit of a crisis moment when it comes to money. So check your money going in, check your money going out, all of these things. Some relationships may hit a bit of a crisis as well, because some of you may need to face some uncomfortable truths. So just be aware of that. I feel as if you will have been walking through a build up to that experience. I don't feel that as a shockwave around the 1st of October. I would expect you to already be having a sense of knowing that that is coming, because these energies always build. It's not instant, it builds. And that is why I started by asking you, how has it been this weekend? Have you felt this energy building up, this Mercury energy, which is making us just go back over stuff, check if there's anything to clear, check if there's any beliefs that are holding us back. All of that has been going on already across the weekend, and it is continuing to, obviously, over the next couple of weeks. So remember, if you're watching live on Facebook, you need to give StreamYard permission to show me your name. And I'm going to switch to tarot. As always, I am going to say that tarot is a form of entertainment. It's regarded as entertainment. And with the reading, because I'm reading generally for everyone watching, because I want to try and help as many of you as possible in the time we have, know that not all of it may hit with you. It may not be for you. It may be for other people. And if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Just leave that there for somebody else and take what resonates with you. But also remember, I do leave them in the groups and on my pages so that you can come back and look again. So some of you may experience a bit of anxiety this week. It could be that you're stressing over stuff you don't need to. That could be that past influence. The Mercury retrograde energy could come in and it could have you kind of bringing up old stuff that needs to heal and shift. And that is forming as anxiety in your reality, so that you do go backwards a little bit and do some clearing out and some shifting and some letting go. Many of you may be feeling as if there's a lot of responsibility going on in connection to family life or situations involving groups of people or friendship circles. There could be a lot of that at the moment, and it is certainly a week to watch your energy levels. If you are going through lots of shifting, then your body is always the last thing to catch up. Remember that. So allow that energy to come in and allow yourself then to sleep, rest, recover. So eat well, sleep well, whatever it is that you need. Many of you this week will be needing to get your head around a new beginning. And I actually pick up that could be for many of you a new way of being as a new beginning. But hold your head up high. We've all been through stuff. Now we're going to move forwards. Now we're going to step forward. Some of you may have some work to do. That could be the inner work, or it could now be adjusting your outer world to the inner shift that you have walked through. But we certainly do see, again, people coming in from the past, whether that is in thought form or literally. And what I mean by that is either just dropping into your thoughts, because that is your higher self showing you what needs to clear, what needs to shift. Or it could be that they literally show up, whether it's in a supermarket, text message, whatever. So just be very mindful of how you respond and how you react, because sometimes there is a gift in what they are saying. Sometimes it's because you have unfinished business and Mercury retrograde highlights that to you. Sometimes it's because it's a firm sort of message that they need to be left in the past, that they are no longer part of your future. Does that make sense how I put that? Let me know if it does. All right. So yes, just watch for anxiety this week. Some of you may have sleep issues, because of all of this energy surging around, thoughts of the past, emotions of the past, all coming up. Some of you may be heading for relationship upset, to be perfectly honest with you, but that is because there are issues in the past that just keep coming up, don't shift, don't get sorted. You cannot keep papering over the cracks, lovely. We have to actually deal with stuff eventually. And many of you watching this will now be in a place over the next week where you can't paper over that crack any longer. You need to deal with the problem. You need to deal with the issue. So just be aware of that. The energies are pushing and squeezing you to do this, because if you are in the past, you're not in your present, so you cannot create a beautiful future. You're just going to recreate old stuff over and over again. So be aware of that. Now, children is highlighted here as well. So be mindful of that children also will be healing and shifting their fears. They have been through quite a lot in the last year, so be aware of that as well. I know a lot of children who are now having their, how can I word it, like the struggles and the holding it together energy that they have had to do, that they have walked through the last sort of 12, 14 months. That is now coming to the surface. I'm seeing that a lot in my healing clinic. So just be aware of that, lovelies, with your children, whether they're your children, your friends' children, or maybe you even work with children. But these anxieties are now coming up because there's space to communicate them, have those conversations. So yes, some of you watching this may have a lot of work to do. That could be working with other people. It could be working on yourself. But you have to drop your guard this week, lovelies, and allow communication to come in. Even if it gets your back up, be open to the communication, because in it can be a message. In it can be a gift, even if it's the gift of jog on. Yeah. Had one of them yesterday. Or whether it is the gift of just getting a stronger sense of who you are and what matters and what you do want, what you don't want, what you will tolerate, what you will not tolerate in your world. And that's not just in intimate relationships, that is across all relationships. Mercury retrograde, although we talk a lot about past lovers, etc., it doesn't have to just be that. So be aware of it. Now, some of you will feel very drawn to go and spending time doing the things that make you feel alive and vibrant and energized again. But I'm being shown that you can be doing those things in a very grounded way. It's not like the next shiny thing. It's a clear decision to do something that lights you up. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to how much light you are putting out into the world. Because when it comes to work, and if you're not working, then it's daily life stuff, it really is about losing your fears and gaining your confidence to get out there and work with the right people in the right way. Many of you may be seeing challenges this week that just aren't even there. And that is coming from what I call past life fear. And, time is moving so fast that we actually are kind of experiencing many lives in one physical lifetime. So, I have to really go back in and connect with who I was in my 20s because it feels like such a different being. That will come up in a reading as a past life. And the reality is it's still this physical life. So don't be surprised if you have got fears coming from the old versions of yourself. Yes, it can be full on past life, but it's more likely to be that the old versions of you, the fears are lifting up off those old versions and creating a little bit of tension and anxiety in your present one, because there is a need to let go of that if you want to be working in the right way with the right people. So pay attention to that. There are messages and communication about work opportunities as well this week. All right, so look for those, pay attention to those. Not the best time to actually sign a contract. So if you can delay that, I would recommend that you do. But there certainly is a lot of opportunity for beginnings and greatness this week. This is about success. This is success, but you have to have done your work, because we have to have you open for abundance. And if you're sat in fear, if you're sat in old fears, then you're not going to be open to receive that abundance. Does that make sense? Write the word abundance if that makes sense. So spiritually, there are victories to be had. 100% there are victories to be had this week. It's not all doom and gloom with this Mercury retrograde. This could be really positive, because even where there can be crisis and challenge in relationships, it's to get you communicating your truth to each other and to get you to be moving forwards in a positive way. That is abundance. That is success. So know that everything that is going on this week is shifting and clearing to get you out of the way of your success and your abundance. Does that help you, my beautifuls? Let me know. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Yeah, you've got to be open to it. You've got to be open to it. You've got to own it. You've got to know you're worth it and crack on with it, bringing it in. Yeah, not waiting for one day. Waiting for one day, that's delaying. All right, know that you have got this. Whatever is coming up this week is just clearing, but it's also massive opportunity for you to speak your truth and be heard, and for a new balance to be to come into being in your life, in your relationships, and especially in things around money, because the two always go together. Because remember, Libra is about balance. So if I have helped you, then please share, and let people know. I will share the YouTube link later as well. Enjoy the week. You know where I am, lovely. So keep popping back and dropping some comments, and I will be popping in to say hello. I am off now, though, to teach meditation. Have a powerful evening, lovelies. Bye-bye.